All right, now let me ask you two a question. Have either of you been on the financial side of planning a funeral before?
No.
Okay. Funerals usually cost between $10,000 and $14,000.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and what a lot of people don't realize is that these insurance companies are not handling the payouts like they used to.
Okay.
It used to be you could take that $50,000 life insurance policy,
Mm-hmm.
okay, give that to the caretaker, and that would serve as collateral until that check showed up.
Right.
All right, it doesn't work that way anymore.
Okay.
It used to be that the insurance companies, they had to pay out within 24 days.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now they can hold it up to 60 days to an entire year before they pay anything out. Now, why do you think that is?
I don't know.
Interest.
Oh, wow.
Every year they make millions and millions of dollars of interest off of your life insurance policy. So while they're making these millions and millions of dollars,
Mm-hmm.
these families, they're stuck with the upfront cost of this,
Right.
right? All right, I don't know about you, but I don't know many families that have $7,000 laying around to cover these expenses.
Right.
All right, and if they do, it's for what comes after, all the unpaid bills that are going to start to pile up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Another thing that's happening is that there are two companies. All right, SCI, they're out of Texas, and the Alderwood Group out of Canada.
Mm-hmm.
They're going around, they're buying up all these mom and pop shops.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And essentially what they're trying to do is become the Walmart of the funeral business. All right. The only reason I'm going to mention this is because, guys, their corporate policy is anywhere between 50% to 100% upfront. All right. That's why they've come up with this. This is called the freedom of choice. Okay. Now, Nicole, when that day comes, if something happens to Matt, that day you lose your best friend, okay? It can be from sickness, illness, cancer, accident. It doesn't matter who, what, when, where, or why.
Mm-hmm.
All right? You bring this into the funeral parlor with you, and you're going to give it to the director. This can be any funeral parlor in America, and they're going to accept this. In fact, they love this because it's backed by the big, powerful unions that we deal with, just like yours. All right? So, let's say you want to go traditional, all right? You want the burial, the flowers, the service, the reception, luncheon afterwards. All right, let's say that costs about $15,000, okay? All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to write $15,000 in this line here,
Mm-hmm.
fill out the rest, sign it, date it, flip it over, hand it back to the funeral director. And as long as you keep Matt's final arrangements under $37,000, everything's taken care of. All right. So the next thing that's going to happen is that funeral director, he's going to call this number right here. All right. And he's going to ask us two questions. The first question is, are you covered by this policy? After today, it's not going to be a problem. You're going to be all set and taken care of with this. All right.
Okay.
The next question that they're going to ask is, how much do they have to work with? Now, if we told them, hey, they got $37,000 worth of coverage to work with, how much do you think that funeral is magically going to cost now?
$37,000.
Right. Okay. So that's why we do ask that you never reveal that number. We're never going to reveal that number. The number that they write here, that's the amount they're going to get paid, not a penny more, not a penny less. That's the way it should work, and it shouldn't work any other way. All right. Now, have either of you given pre-arrangements any thought?
We've looked into it a little bit, but we don't know that much.
Okay. All right. Pre-arrangements are okay. All right. There's two things about them, though. You're locked into the funeral home that you're using. And then two, you're going to pay between $100 and $200 per month for this policy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And if something happens to you 6 months down the line, you've only got $600 paid into a $15,000 funeral, and that's it. All right. So what this is a blank check for $37,000. This is the most compassionate, the cleanest way to take care of these final arrangements.